It's your boy Rizz, smacking y'all with the Yah-Mean of the day. See them words and them actions? They go together like steak and eggs. They go together like chicken and noodles. They go together like Hennessy and Coke, peanut butter and jelly. Words and actions, they need to be together for it to be successful in what you're trying to accomplish. So if you're trying to get across to somebody to make them believe that you have the productivity to do what they're asking you to do, it must follow by actions. See, when you're working 40 hours a week and there's no paycheck in your bank account, it's like the working is the words, but it didn't follow by action, which is the money. You work for the money. So when you telling people things that they need to do, and they say they got you, but you don't see any follow-up, how is it successful? See, it's easy to talk. I've said this over and over again in plenty of Yah-Mean segments. It's easy to talk. That's the easiest thing we could do. If God gave us the ability to talk, it's the easiest thing we could do. We could say yes with ease. We could say no with ease. But behind it, people are looking of your productivity. What are you doing? How are you standing on what you just told me? A family member could be seriously ill, knowing that they're going to die. And they verbally tell you, you could be a niece, a nephew, or whoever, when I die, this property is yours. Verbally. But there's nothing legally on the documentation that says that. They pass away. That home doesn't just easily award to you. It was just hearsay. Those were just words. They said that they wanted you to have it. But there's no documentation. There's no signature on there. There's no will, no power of attorney document to say that you can now take over this house. It was verbal. The words and actions must go together. If I tell my daughter I want her to have a property, I'm going to set the will in place and have a legal document ironed out so that way she doesn't have to deal with anything when I go. Something that I can't defend because I'm not here to do it. I can't just tell her that verbally and expect that it to happen with no documentation on the line. Your actions must be placed behind the words. That's the only way you're going to fly. That's the only way you're going to believe. A man can tell a woman he loves her 50 times. But that woman can't calculate 50 things that he has done to show he loves her. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We get too much today. Too much. Words. We love words. Too much. But there's no action behind it. Fellas, you have women out here that's telling them they fuck with you. They fuck with you, they fuck with you, fuck with you. They stay in your pocket. If it ain't money, they don't fuck with you like that. You don't get meals. You don't get, babe, I was thinking about you. It's, babe, when you taking me out. Babe, buy me this bottle. Babe, these hills, I need these. But when it comes down to her doing something, you get in the song and the dance. Because the words are not matching the actions. You know what I mean? We have to understand that it has to match. That's the only way. We too much words. We engage in it too much. The words don't mean nothing. Somebody could tell you that they got you all day. 5 years has passed. They have not did anything. I'm going to come past and check on you. I'm going to slide up on you. I'm going to come past your house. I'm going to check on you. And we all know what happens. We're not ignoring the fact that a lot of people may say they're going to do things but don't do it. What I'm saying is You can't be upset and look at a person differently because now that they don't have any belief in you no more, and they sit back and they say, yo, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. Damn, it's like that? Yeah, you have 5 years to do it. You haven't done it yet. Like, you kept saying you was going to do it. You know what I mean? It's 2022. You've been telling me some shit you was going to do since 2017. It has not happened yet. Why should I believe in you again? You just can't be upset and in your feelings. You have to take that and say, you know what? I have not done it. He or she has every right to feel that way. It's just simple stuff. The actions go together with the words. It has to. And if you're not going to do the word thing, do the action thing. Because that kills everything. People want to see productivity. You think them owners in the NBA and them NFL owners care about what the player did in college or what he said he's going to do? You're 5 years into the league as a pro. You have not cracked 1,000 yet. But meanwhile, you were telling me that you were the best thing that ever happened to this franchise. You haven't cracked 1,000 yet in receiving yards. You haven't cracked 1,000 yet in rushing. You know what I mean? Getting them carries and the handoffs. What are you doing? They're not matching. You could talk. That's cool. But you got to know how to back it up. You gotta make it back it up. You gotta make people believe by backing it up. And that's whatever you do. Doesn't have to necessarily be in a relationship. It's work-wise too. It's your business-wise too. People are paying attention to your grind and what you're doing, not what you're talking about. Not what you're talking about. I'm speaking this, I'm giving y'all this game of the Yah-Mean today. It's people around me who know me personally that know I carry and live by these things. But the people who don't know me like that wants to see if, yo, is the bull really live like that? Is that really his mentality? You got to carry it out. Your words and actions must go together. Bacon and eggs, steak and eggs, Hennessy and Coke, chicken and noodle. That's the gel together. That's the only way the productivity of what you're doing in life is believable. Your actions. Who cares about you going to work all day long or whatever, making money? If that money is not in your account, the actions hasn't happened. It hasn't took place. And it's a discrepancy. Why? Because people told you that working here, you would get paid. But when payday came, there was no money into their bank account. Your words and actions must go together. The words, if it's just words, shovel it to the curb. The actions is what makes shit happen. Think about it. Words and actions must go together. It's like your two legs, your left and your right. Something to think about. And that's the Yah-Mean. You know what I mean?
The voice of Rizz!